deep in the parched desert sands of ancient Osirian.
Long-forgotten secrets are becoming unearthed
that could threaten the security of the entire region.
Through cursed tombs, undead crypts,
and towering pyramids,
our unlikely band of heroes must rise to the challenge
and find the secrets of
the Mummy's Mask. Hey ho! Andrew Abba here, your fun-loving Game Master. This will be the last overly written intro for me for a while, I promise you that. But while I still have you, I just want to thank all of you for sticking around for the first 2 episodes of our intro trilogy. We feel really proud of all the hard work that goes into making a game like this, but it wouldn't be possible without some of the amazing online tools we've been using. Most of us live very, very far apart from one another, but we still all love each other very dearly and wanted, nay, needed, an excuse to get back together each week. For the last few years, there has been a huge surge of online virtual tabletops, and Foundry Virtual Tabletop is no exception. While we're not sponsored by them, they've created a product that has, in this nerd's opinion, far outclassed its competition. Through them, we roll dice virtually, so while you won't hear any of the addictive click-clack math rocks on our show, I assure you they're there in spirit. After playing through all of Tyrant's Grasp together though, we decided it was time to start recording our games, and we felt we had something unique to offer the world of actual play tabletop role-playing game podcasts. If you agree, please remember to like, subscribe, retweet, share, rate, all the good stuff on all the social medias we're on. You can find us at the Mithral Tabletop, or email us and let us know how we're doing. Our email is at themithral@gmail.com. But like I said, enough out of me. So here's episode 3. Oof, that stings. Do you guys remember what happened last week?
Yeah, we got to meet Toothy.
Yes.
We got to meet Toothy.
we had the drawing, and we got our spot that we're supposed to go investigate and explore.
You remember that spot?
We are in A3. I don't remember if it had a name, but it's A3 or 23
Isn't
on the map.
Isn't it the actual 23 on the map?
It's 23 on the map, but
yes.
our lot was
Tomb
A3.
of Ahkentepi.
Yes, it is.
That word.
All right, so you guys got to the Tomb of Ahkentepi, and you spent the night, all of you, as far as I can tell, at the Tooth and Hookah.
Yes.
And at the Tooth and Hookah, there were 3 interesting characters you guys met. You guys met an Osiriani man named Farhan, and you met an Osiriani woman named Kema. And you also met Toothy. But spoilers, Toothy is not the person who I said had something interesting about their name. Because I did mention that one of the 2 owners had something interesting about their name.
I feel lied
Toothy
to.
is the only one that had an interesting name, so he's got to be the one that you're talking about.
He's the only one that matters. Only one that matters.
The only
one. Until you hear this part, maybe. It's not going to change any of your opinions. So
we love Toothy.
Toothy.
We stand
Toothy.
Farhan actually is an Arabic word.
Oh.
It means happy in Arabic. Ooh. Farhan is a very happy, jovial owner of the shop. He's like, hey guys, welcome to the Tooth and Hookah. What's up? What can I do for you?
That makes sense since he's kind of like the bartender-esque character.
Yep.
But I'm just saying.
Is that for normal Arabic, or is that only Masri?
I have a very important question when you're done with that.
That is an important question. So in the Middle East, there is like a couple distinctions between the different dialects. Like there's Northern Middle Eastern, there's like the Arabian Peninsula, and then there's Egypt, and the rest of North Africa is like a whole different can of worms. And they all speak a slight different variation on Arabic. Masri is called that because it is specifically Egyptian Arabic, and in Arabic, Egypt is known as Masr. So Masri comes from Masr. But yeah, no, I have no idea if that's actually all over the region or just Egypt.
I have an important question.
I have an important answer.
You're gonna change your tune as soon as you hear the question.
Uh-oh.
So you just so you describe him as being a very friendly character, like jovial, friendly. So is he friendly, like best friend friendly, or is he friendly?
What does that mean?
Well, if you want to roleplay that,
Keryth
I
does it.
am
Katie
interested
wants
into
to
seeing
know.
where that goes.
What does that mean?
I think she wants
Friendly,
to flirt
wink,
with him.
wink, Ashley.
Oh, there's there's a little asterisk there.
Oh no.
Hey, Andrew.
Well,
Andrew, are you friendly or friendly? I'm just kidding. That was horrible.
I'm not answering that question. You guys all accepted the quest to explore the Necropolis of Wati, but before you guys do that, I had a curiosity. So once I realized that Farhan meant happy, and that's why he was happy, I wondered, do all of you guys have meanings to your names as well? Mm-hmm. Keryth, your thoughts?
No. I suck at thinking up names. I hate it so much. I would do everything else for the character, and the last thing I do because I hate it so much is the name.
Well, how'd you come up with Keryth then?
I looked up an elf name generator.
Did you just take one of the names, or did you use the name generator as like inspiration?
I think I did for Keryth, I got something close to it and then just changed it some. I like to change it a little bit because a lot of times I don't like the way it's spelled. So I'd like to make it more fun, hence why there's a Y for Keryth. And this is why you had to suffer so much for Sierra.
God, you had like 5 vowels in a row. One consonant, no, 2 consonants.
S-Y-A-E-R-I-A, I think. I just spelled it for you. S-Y-A-E-R-I-A.
No, Sierra was...
It was my first Pathfinder character. Started at, level 7, I think. She was a draconic bloodline sorcerer.
Ooh.
I think you took her from 7 to 8 or 9. It wasn't very long.
Might have been 11 when I brought Devanya in.
Maybe.
Because we were in the city.
Yeah, Vigil. Rip.
I wasn't going to say
Spoilers.
the name because spoilers. But whatever now.
Well, you can name the city without saying what happened to it, but we're going to move on
It
to...
gets destroyed.
Oh, no.
Speaking of Vigil, there's another person who had a very important character in the city of Vigil, right? Right, Erin?
It's true. We could have segued to either Mkfor or Tariq for that one, but let's go with Tariq because I'm interested in this one. Where did Tariq come from?
Tariq, I mean, speaking of Arabic, I was trying to find Arabic names, so I just kind of Googled Arabic names. I wasn't looking for profound things, but I just came across some names, and I liked the sound of Tariq from this website, highly reputable site called Wikipedia. I learned that Tariq comes from an Arabic verb meaning to strike, and in the Tariq form is striker. And I thought that was very appropriate since one of his main actions is to do a spell strike. And so I was like, oh, that's very fitting. I like that name. And so that's how he got his name.
That is pretty cool. So he's very aggressive, very upfront, very impersonal with things.
Yeah.
He's very personal.
Oh, lordy.
You all leave Tariq alone.
You did it to
How
yourself.
old is Tariq again? I always forget.
Mr. Hairflip.
Oh, lordy. It's true. He's a very pretty boy. You said how old was he again?
I feel like him Habibi would be like in a boy band if they were.
Oh my God, yes.
For
Khepri
sure.
would be right there
For
going,
sure there would be in a boy
Tariq,
band.
you got this little brother.
Keryth can be your
Mkfor would be
manager.
the entire fan club.
Yes. No, he's a, what is it called? A roadie? Is it
Yeah,
called a roadie?
groupie or roadie.
Groupie. That's it.
No.
Yeah.
Did
you just say
roadie?
Yes.
That's what they're
I
also
couldn't
called.
remember what it was
roadies.
called, but I knew it had an IE on the end.
It can
Well,
be
okay,
both.
so a roadie is a thing. Like they're the person that basically helps you pack up and like move equipment.
I
and
wasn't
everything.
wrong.
A groupie is a person who follows a band around from each concert, and they're just like ultimate fans or whatever. So they're a groupie.
Yeah, that.
I would know because Tariq has so many.
And anyone who is possibly listening to this who is a groupie, like, what an interesting lifestyle. You should let us
Yeah,
know
tell
what
us your
that's
story.
like.
Connect with us. We want to know.
Email us at themithraltabletop@gmail.com and let us know.
We'd like you to be our groupies. Apply it today.
Hey, you don't have to travel very far.
You don't have to travel far. Be a virtual groupie.
Oh, Lordy.
I think we got off track, guys.
Sorry.
Tanhi, as the only other sane person in the group,
Hey,
please
now.
help me.
Are you sure
I mean,
about
you're
that?
right, but still.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
I am sane-ish.
Ish. That's a big ish.
Okay. Tawny's name is literally just means the woman.
She is a lot of woman.
Is this also Arabic?
No, it's Bengali. I just wanted something that was like Middle Eastern, like Asian sounding.
And she's a cat, kind of like Bengal tiger.
Yes.
Ooh.
Um,
Have you decided on what kind of cat she is?
I have not. I keep like going back and forth because I love the stripes on her, and so I'm like, okay, I gotta find a striped cat like that she's gonna be mimic off of, but I can't
Kind of
decide.
resembles a type of a tabby.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
I was thinking.
Kind of like Freya.
but her name besides meaning the woman, she's just got a family name. So
Ani.
Uh-oh.
The Anis.
the Ani family, everyone that is blood related to the line has to have the name Ani, some kind of Ani. So she's named after her like 5 times great grandmother from like forever ago, you know, because there's only so many letters in the alphabet.
Yeah. Ramses is pretty obviously named after, you know, the pharaoh. Everyone knows about
of
Ramses the
course.
Great.
Wait, who's that?
But Khepri's a little bit harder to place. Where does the name Khepri come
So
from?
I wanted to use something, especially with Khepri's like family being, you know, very hardcore in their, I want to say like their religious beliefs, their protection of the old gods, things like that, where they really stand for trying to preserve, you know, Wati and how Wati was, as well as the new Wati. So I did pick Khepri, which is actually traditionally a male name for the god of the sun rising, you know, but he's also the god of life because the sun brings life. And I just thought for a druid, Khepri would be just such a fun name, you know, stands for
It is very
life.
cute.
I love it. And, you know, I think sometimes when you give a traditionally female name to a boy, or on the other end, like with Khepri, a traditionally male name to a girl, it turns out super cute. So I thought it would be really fun to have this tiny little halfling be named Khepri after this very strong, important god.
Khepri is a very big god in the ancient Osirian and Egyptian pantheon too. He is often depicted as having a scarab for a head, which is weird because all the other deities had like the head of a falcon or the head of a jackal or the head whatever. No, Khepri just had the whole beetle.
That's okay. You know what? It's cool because I like the fact that Khepri is a scarab because it shows, and I don't know if this has any base within Egyptian mythology or not, so anyone can correct me, but to me it seems like it shows that even the smallest creature is important to life, you know? So even the scarab is very important. I know the scarab itself is very important, but I feel like
Also
even
terrifying.
a bug has the place to sit on top of the face of a god, you know, or represent the face of a god. It's very cool for me. I thought it was a really fun thing to look into.
I thought you were going to mention Khepri as the scarab beetle because so the common view, like the image that the Egyptians had, is they saw scarab beetles often pushing this perfectly spherical thing through the desert, and they're like, that looks like the sun.
Oh,
Do you know what that round thing
A
they're
dung
pushing
beetle?
It's shit.
And it looks like the sun.
is? Yup, that is it. They're like, hey, as the
All right.
scarab pushes the dung across the desert, so too does
So
Khepri push
too.
the sun across the sky.
It's so interesting to me to see like what the ancient people thought to like come up with these different like myths and legends and stuff.
I don't think they actually literally thought that the scarab
like,
was
what it's
literally
now
pushing
The
the sun.
Greeks
It's
used
so
the
interesting to
stars,
me.
the Egyptians used beetles that pushed around shit.
If I was better at history, I would have loved to like study like different religions because it's so
Oh, I highly
it's
recommend
so
it.
cool to see like they're obviously all different because they're different religions.
But there are
but
so
there's
many
always
similarities, too.
Yes.
Oh, it's so fun.
It's all part of the same human
Like
history. I love
the
it.
creation myths are so cool.
Yes, they are.
Gosh, I don't even. I wish I had like on hand like a book that went over like the Galarian creation myth, because that is also pretty cool. But we don't have time for that. Mkfor, you're the last one. Wrap us up. Where does your story is really interesting? I think. Where does Mkfor come from?
I don't know. My birth giver just found it written a cave wall
Oh my
somewhere.
god. Nick, where does Mkfor get his name from?
So if you understand that reference, this will be even funnier to you. So we know that Mkfor, the idea for him came from the guy in the mummy. I forget his name. Benny, that's right. So came from the idea of Benny and the whole, like, he's got these random symbols of religion and stuff. And so when I started developing the character just in my head, I was thinking, well, he takes a bunch of junk and turns it into stuff that's not junk. And that reminded me of MacGyver from, the 70s, 80s, Richard Dean Anderson. And like, I used to love that show, and he could build a bomb out of a piece of bubble gum and paperclip. So I kind of took his name and modified it to sound more goblin-y. So MacGyver, McGyver, Mkfor, Mkfor, and that's how I came with Mkfor. So
Well, I think that's everyone. There's one last person left. Hi, I'm Habibi. You can clearly tell I have the same voice. No, I'm just kidding.
I like how you do a low voice for Alyssa's very non-low
I
voice.
know, I love.
And so, hi, I'm a Habibi, or something like that. Hi, I'm a Habibi. Never spoken in a low voice.
When she comes back next week, if she wants to explain where she gets Habibi from, or what that name means, we can do that.
She
Super
told
quick.
us one time, and I
in the
kind
meantime,
of remember, but I don't remember all the details.
I don't know why she chose
Arabic
it. Wasn't
speakers.
what Habibi means.
Yes.
Yep. Arabic speakers listening will immediately know what Habibi means, and they'll probably figure out what she's trying to get at. But in the meantime, we'll leave it as a suspense. So you guys woke up early in the morning, just as the sun was rising, and you all lined up in front of the gate towards the necropolis. As soon as the doors open, you see a throng of different adventuring parties all rush into the necropolis, and they all split up in every which way. But you guys eventually pass the threshold, through the gate, out of the city of into the city of the dead, leaving the city of the living behind. As the doors eventually slowly close behind you guys from the priests of Pharasma, the sound from the living areas begin to fade and are blocked off by the thick stone walls surrounding the quarantine zone of the necropolis. You gaze up in front of you and you see some adventuring groups travel only a few feet to find some decrepit house near the outer wall. Others, you see they have to travel much deeper, and they go to perhaps like a market stall or something, or perhaps an actual tomb, or maybe something different. As you march onward, though, it's not very long before you come up to this massive 80-foot tall black stone obelisk.
Ooh.
Its capstone is extra reflective and absolutely pristine, despite what many thousands of years of erosion in the desert must have caused. And it's at this point, I need everyone to roll me a blind society check for me, please. Ramses does not get a society check for this one.
He had a -4. I had to.
Well, you rolled a 4, so that's 0. Let me check if that passes. Quick question for Tariq. Do you speak Osiriani?
I believe so. Let me double check.
I believe so as well.
Yes.
So you and Khepri take a look at these hieroglyphs, and it's a little hard to read because of how worn out they are over time. But Khepri especially, you can recognize the story that this ancient obelisk is telling. The world around us dissolves into the ancient past once more as the hieroglyphs tell this following story. We find ourselves once again with Mkfor and his companions as they continue work on constructing the wall around the soon-to-be necropolis. It must have been a few days since, because their encampment seems much more developed than a few days earlier when we last saw them. Armored warriors, much like an ant colony, march around, expertly coordinated between the rows of tents and the banks of the River Sphinx. Mkfor and his closest colleagues are currently stopped for a break, eating their lunch and exchanging stories, laughing all the while. Nefershepsis, ever the contemplative priest of Pharasma, is evaluating the work left ahead of him. He takes a bite of his food with one hand while he traces the map with a finger with his other hand. Nadia, his general, looks over at him after a particularly roarious laugh to see how he found the joke when she notices he was still working.
That was a good joke, wasn't it, Mkfor?
Yeah. Hilarious. It was very funny, Nadia.
Mkfor,
What?
put down the map. Wati isn't going anywhere. We can work after lunch.
I know. I'm just looking at the work that still lays ahead of us. We still have to gather up all the dead bodies in the main part of the city and bury them in the necropolis in Pharasma's name. They deserve to be reunited in the infinite cycle. And then there's the undead problem. We still have to fend them off while we finish building the wall and gathering up the other bodies and...
Mkfor, relax.
Okay, you're right. I should stop.
The Pharasman put aside the map of Wati for now, but it's clear that this took a great deal of effort on his part.
Forgive me for being so unfaithful, but I just wish I had a sign from Pharasma that she was pleased with us and our work here.
You mean like that?
Nadia points upwards, behind Mkfor's head. He follows her gaze upwards towards the sky and observes a bright star, brighter even than the sun. The rest of the group begin to draw their attention at the bright dot in the sky as it was growing brighter and brighter. Everyone suddenly began to hear it, a sort of low rumbling like a growling sphinx. It didn't take long after that to find out what it was, when a loud, screeching burst of fireball streaked across the sky and crashed into the nearby river with a mighty splash and thunderous roar. Dust and water exploded out from the riverbed nearby as the earth shook with the impact. Rushing over to examine the objects from the heaven, the knights were startled to discover...
A meteor? Mkfor, what do you think this means? Is this that sign from Pharasma you wanted?
Before them was a mighty slag of black stone, steaming in the river and red hot from entering the atmosphere of Golarion.
I think you might be right, Nadia.
Turning to the other knights with him, Mkfor put on his serious general voice and announced,
This is a sign, a good omen from Pharasma. The Lady of Graves smiles upon our quest to retake this city in her name.
Still in a somewhat loud voice for everyone to hear, he turns to his comrade.
Hey, Nadia, after we've secured the perimeter, have your men retrieve the meteor from the river.
And what do you have in mind?
We will have our stonecutters sculpt a tall and mighty obelisk to honor the Lady of Graves, and they shall sculpt the meteorite into the capstone for this monument, to her name.
We slowly zoom out from the meteor in the river as a time-lapse of its life unfolds before us. We watch as the meteor is cut roughly into a pyramid shape, as two stonecutters quickly polish off the faces into a reflective surface. Each stonecutter lingers only for a frame or two before their position moves and shifts throughout the process. We steadily zoom out further and further still until we watch as a cleric of Pharasma produces incense and performs some sort of ritual on the capstone. And finally we watch as the camera zooms out far enough to bring in a large black obelisk into frame. It's currently laying down on the ground, but a few frames of the stonecutters show them placing the capstone atop the obelisk. The second the capstone is finally secured into the obelisk, we resume to our normal frames per second playback speed. Ropes are tied around the obelisk and we hear a mighty heave as dozens of people as the obelisk is pulled up into the frame, filling it entirely, cutting to black. That monument was eventually called Pharasma's Needle, a testimony to her followers that they will be honored and cared for in life as well as in death. It seems that the knights erected the monument just inside the gates of the necropolis, and we fade from black to our heroes as Khepri finishes reading the ancient hieroglyphs. Today, mourners entering their loved ones inside the dead city still stop at Pharasma's Needle on their way to the gravesites to gain the goddess's blessing for the deceased journey to the Boneyard, the realm where Pharasma will ultimately judge their souls.
Khepri just kind of looks at Tariq, who also understands this, and goes, "That's a beautiful yet sad story."
Yeah, true. And he kind of looks back. I'm assuming that they all were gathered around and they read this out loud. And he just kind of looks at everybody just to see kind of how everyone else reacted to it.
How long ago would that have been again?
The Plague of Madness happened 2,000 years ago, and this all happened 500 years after that. So about 1,500 years ago.
Damn. Yeah, so no one here was even freaking thought of.
No.
Not even Keryth.
Not even Keryth, as old as he is.
My family was just getting started. The first Tanhi was born.
The first of the many Anis.
No, Tanhi is kind
her
of.
name was Wani.
Yeah.
Wani.
Pretty much, yeah.
I think wouldn't her name be Ani?
Ani.
It would be Ani.
It's an Ani. Ani.
Oh,
Gotta-
I love it.
Ani, yeah. I think Tanhi is kind of she's lived in this city. She's lived near it, and so she knows of the story. Like, seeing the obelisk and, like, you know, the needle and stuff is different than, like, hearing about it. But I mean, she's lived in the city. She has heard this story before, so she's not, like, that shocked.
So for Keryth, like, he's lived in the city for quite a while now, even though he wasn't, like, born here. This is where he considers his home. So, like, his home is all the way in I think it's in the Asp district, which is a decent ways away from the necropolis. Like, it's the opposite end of the city. So, like, he's definitely seen this obelisk because, I mean, it's ginormous. But this is his first time seeing it up close. And
seeing all the withered hieroglyphs on it.
Yeah,
too,
and
probably.
seeing all, you know, the hieroglyphs and just the fact that it's an impressive piece of architecture. Like, this is his first time actually seeing it up close. So even he is a bit, you know, taken aback. Like, he wasn't able to decipher the hieroglyphs, but thankfully they had, you know, Khepri and Tariq for that. But he's still able to appreciate just the sheer size and majesty of this piece of architecture.
Mm-hmm. So, for those of you listening who aren't familiar, there are two languages primarily spoken in Osiriani, or in Osirian. There is modern Osiriani, and then there's Kelish. The reason why Kelish is so popular as a language is because the Kelishite Caliphate came over and conquered Osirian hundreds of years ago. Actually, I think almost 2,000 years ago. And they kind of tried to suppress ancient Osiriani culture, much like how, Arabs did to Egypt in our timeline. That's why ancient Osiriani is a distinctive language from modern Osiriani. Although in this fantasy world, they share a lot of similarities, they do still require some learned education and being able to translate some of them, especially if they're as withered as this obelisk is on the outside. But eventually you guys make your way through the necropolis. You follow your map that you were given by Septi the crocodile, and it doesn't take you very long before you find your site. You approach what is basically a small rectangular stone mausoleum, and it sits alone in what appears to have once been an actual cemetery. You see the trunks of a few dead trees poking out of the sand around the tomb, and a hot breeze whistles through the desecrated branches. A set of massive stone double doors is affixed to the northern side of the structure beneath a facade bearing the likeness of an Osirian man. Wind-blown sand is heaped around the crypt, partially burying the door that leads within. And there are hieroglyphs once again surrounding the tomb, but these are in a more modern Osiriani. And this one will require a much simpler society check if you guys would like to read it.
Yes.
That's a silly question.
It's our job to explore.
Do we get a bonus if we read Osiriani and Kellish?
Oh, interesting. I never thought of that.
I have both.
Well, roll and I'll tell you what you get, because you could roll low enough it won't matter.
Did I get a 1 last time? I feel like I got really, really bad.
I have no idea. But Keryth and Tariq, you guys both recognize this script right now. Actually, it says Ahkentepi. Ahkentepi. I might have added an extra syllable in there, but Ahkentepi. So you know you're at the correct tomb. It shows you the date he was born and the date he died. He was born in 2416 AR, and he died in 2488. And you guys can probably connect the dots that this is about 11 years before the Plague of Madness decimated most of the city. He died like so close to the end of the city. But as you guys are standing out here reading this script, spoilers, you guys start hearing some hissing sounds.
Murder
and
dice!
you look around you, and you see some scorpions trying to attack you. For the first time in this campaign, I need all of you to roll me initiative.
Can I roll on society
Fucking
because I was
time.
looking at...
Yeah, can we do society?
Can we roll with society?
You know what? Fuck it. If you
Yeah.
want to roll society, why not? I'm a giver. I like to give. Just do it.
Oh, I did that.
Our
blind.
knowledge in knowing what year he was born and died
Oh,
really
hey,
is
I
going to
actually
help
rolled
us in
well
this
for
fight.
once. God damn.
Nice.
Yeah, I know.
I was like, I'm
There's
still
no
bad,
reasonable-
and I have +7.
It's only because it's the first knowledge, or it's only because it's the first initiative. I'm being so forgiving and giving, but
That's the
really,
only
how is your
reason I rolled
knowledge
well.
of the tomb going to help you with this?
You're right.
Either
I
way,
should
we're gonna start off-
re-roll it. I should re-roll.
No. We're going to keep you at initiative where you are. We're going to start at the top of the initiative for once. Keryth!
Hey, I
Nice.
already said for once you didn't have to repeat it, okay?
Oh, I didn't hear you.
Don't add insult to injury on me now.
Rude. You're not
You seem
listening to your
surrounded.
players.
You seem surrounded by these scorpions. What will you do?
Okay, I want to do overdrive first. And since this is the first time I'm doing it, do I need to talk about it?
Yes. What does overdrive do?
Alright, so overdrive is a, I guess, main mechanic for the inventor class. You basically take whatever your innovation is. For Keryth, it is going to be his spear, and send it into overdrive. Make it try to work past its limits. So I will do a crafting check that has a standard DC for our level. And depending on my degree of success, I will be able to do extra damage if I manage to hit. So let me roll the
Right.
crafting check, which...
So what is your invention, by the way? I don't know if you've actually mentioned what your innovation was.
For Keryth, it is a spear. It is called an elven branched spear. So
And
it
it's basically
has...
like this.
Yeah, so it has like
stick.
these like branches that come off of the main shaft of the spear that have like these little leaves that are actually also blades, is the way I imagine it. It's pretty cool. But it's hard to find pictures of it because it is a fantasy weapon. So it is hard to find pictures of it, but okay, let me roll the crafting check real quick and let's see if I get some extra damage.
Easy peasy DC 16.
Hey, I got a 16 exactly. I got an
Oh,
8
I'm
on the
so
die
sure.
for exactly a 16.
All right. Well, you kick off your spear into overdrive. You see the blades kind of like spinning and like whirling about a little bit, and yeah, you get a little bit bonus to your damage.
Yep, and I already.
That's your first action.
Yep, and I already dragged it onto Keryth, and my weapon has reach, so I don't even gotta fucking move.
Oh my god, I should have placed them further.
I had reach, didn't you?
No.
Yes.
I know your character sheets. I did this on purpose.
All right.
I'm
well,
so good at my job.
so there is a scorpion on either side of us. So I am going to target the one that is in the northeast corner, since that is the one that is right in front of me. And I am
Beset on
going
all
to
sides by enemies.
attack it. Alright, here is strike number 1. That is a 16 on the die for a total of a 23 to hit.
Oh my gosh, yeah. No, you got me with 16. I'm like, haha, she misses. And then you said your bonus. I'm like, alright, that's a hit.
Alright, ready for the damage? Here we go. Alright, so, the base is 3 points of piercing damage, plus the 3 points from the... Okay, hold on. So 3... Fucking hell.
Just say the total. Just say the
total
total.
of 6. It's a total of 6.
Thank you. 6 damage.
I don't know if it matters, but 2 points of that is cold from the overdrive.
It does not.
Okay. And I'm going to hit it again for my final
All
action. Or at least try to. No, boy.
Do
No.
or do not.
That's
There
a-
is no try.
It is a 6 on the die. For a
Now
total
That is a
Of
do
of an
not.
8.
Oh, lordy. Alright, Mkfor, second initiative. What do you got for us?
So, first action, Mkfor, like, living underground, he seems to remember these types of creatures before, so he's going to try to remember if he knows what their weaknesses and stuff are, and so he's going to use Exploit Vulnerability. So, Esoteric Lore against a standard DC.
Alright, so you're taking a look at these cave scorpions, and you can recognize that they are scorpions. However, they seem to be, like, encrusted in stone, and you're not sure what kind of advantage that gives them. You don't remember from your vast knowledge. There's so many different scorpions conflicting in your memory.
Okay, cool. So second action, I will go ahead and move right here to the left so I can reach this guy. And I'm going to turn and look at the creature that is up north, because Tariq is also up there, so I know that he's going to do some shit to that creature. And so I just want to really watch what's going to happen. But as I am turning, I am obviously going to hit him with my tail with the implement, and that is going to be a 20.
A 20 hits.
Alrighty.
Roll that damage.
So it is 7 points of damage.
Is that including your personal antithesis?
It is not. No.
Fantastic. All right, that did. Hold on a second. All right, so that grievously wounded this creature, and you can see that it still has a little bit of life into it, but it's a little beat up, a lot more than you expected. Khepri, it is your turn.
So Khepri is the small little spellcasters watching Keryth and Mkfor beat on this, so she's gonna yell at them. She's gonna be like, "Guys, did that work? Did hitting them work?"
I mean, he's not moving as fast, so I think so.
Okay,
I don't know. I'm still waiting for Tariq to move.
yeah. And I'm gonna look at my brother and be like, "You better hit it this time."
Oh my gosh.
Ouch.
Rude,
So-
disrespectful.
Khepri would like to try to perceive a weakness. So, what would you like me to roll?
Roll me a nature check as recall knowledge.
Perfect.
So that would be a blind GM roll,
Thank
please.
you. Anyway, so Kepri's going to look at it, and she's going to focus really hard on these creatures and try to see if she's seen anything or if she's noticed a pattern with them hitting. In particular, she wants to find a weakness or she wants to make sure if Ramses bites it, it's not going to kill Ramses.
Fair enough. All right, so you look at these things, and you basically get the same general vague understanding that Mkfor did. You can see that these are large scorpions, and you know that normal scorpions eat large insects. However, these things are even bigger than that. The most threatening thing you can see from them right now is that they're fast, they're nimble, and they look like they can probably take a decent chunk out of you guys if they manage to land a hit, which we'll find out next turn. But yeah, unfortunately, you don't get anything more salient than that.
All right, well, Kepri's going to look at them, and she's going to be like, well, I'm not quite sure what to do, so she's going to do what any amazing spellcaster would do. And she's going to target 2 creatures at once because they are within range. And they are 15 feet to the left, 15 feet to the right. And she's just going to give it a shot. You're going to see the spark coming from her hands. And she's going to try to send an electric arc at each of them.
All right, so the ones to the north, both on your right and your left, rolling reflex saves, I believe, is their save, yes?
Yeah, so you got a success on
All right.
both.
Yes, unfortunately, I get an 18 and a 24 for a success on both. But I'll take half damage.
Yep.
Half damage is not nothing. And the one on the right is looking pretty beat up, just like the one to the south.
Perfect.
West.
Yeah, rolling
But-
a 6 for damage and then still getting 3 is not horrible. So Khepri's looking at it going, it did something.
And yeah, and you rolled it on 2 of them, so basically you still did 6 damage. Pretty good. This thing's going to go, though, on the top left, and it's going to quickly skitter down this way, right in front of Mkfor, and it's going to target you and just attack with its pincer. You just see, like, this big stab just come immediately and attacking you, and oh boy, this bodes well for the rest of the campaign for me. That's a natural 20 ground.
Oh, no, that misses.
No.
All right.
Total miss.
A critical hit immediately right out the gate.
Well,
puts
Mkfor's down.
22 piercing
Are you
damage
serious?
on
22?
22. I
Oh
can
my
take a screenshot.
gosh.
You
Oh
want to know what
my.
my health was?
Don't tell me it was
Fucking
22.
22.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no!
Jesus Christ. The first initiative, and I'm already
Well, I know
down.
what my
I
next
got
move is
this.
going to be.
I can burn him
Well,
back to life.
Go ahead and go down to dying too.
I got this. I
Damn
can burn
it.
him back to life.
Hey,
I have a heal
quick question. Quick question. Oh, that's just a pincer. Oh, whew, you're fine. You're fine. You're not out yet. It's gonna turn. The cave scorpion's gonna turn around. It's gonna see that Mkfor is not really much of a threat, so it's gonna instead
I wonder
target
why.
Tariq, and it's gonna hit him with a stinger this time.
Jeez.
Oh, God.
I'm so mad at you.
I'm not. I'm happy
Mkfor
with
no
myself.
more.
Oh, no. Not in
All
the
this work I
first
put into a
initiative.
character.
You're not dead yet. You've been in dying states before.
Please.
10 is probably going to miss Tariq, right?
For sure. Tariq, as the scorpion, he sees what happens to Mkfor, and the scorpion swings around to get him, and he just kind of does a parry with his staff.
See, Mkfor, your death will serve Tariq and save his life.
Hey, as long as he falls in love with me, I don't care.
Oh boy. Well, this scorpion is going to move up straight up to Tanhi, and it's going to try and attack her as well.
Oh, thanks for
we're
moving close to me. I didn't have to waste an action.
Don't worry about it. These things aren't very intelligent. They see you. They're like, food. Let me poison her first, and then maybe we can drag her corpse away.
Yes, because we love to eat poisoned food. How does...
They are scorpions. This is probably hits, but I don't know if it's crit. 27 to hit.
It's a hit.
All right, so we're gonna roll some damage. Minimum damage, 7 points of damage.
Good lord.
Okay.
And I need you to roll me an easy fortitude save.
Especially for a
against
barbarian.
some cave scorpion venom.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
12 on the die for a total of 19.
Ooh, 19, easy success.
Yay.
It's then going to use its final action to try and pincer you with a 22 total.
To hit? Yes, that hits.
All right, 22 hits. I wasn't sure. And minimum damage again, another 7 points of piercing damage. And that's it for its round. Tanhi, your rebuttal.
Okay, I rage.
Yes.
How
You
dare?
gain some temporary hit points.
How dare?
Pretty nice.
Khepri's just like standing on her tiptoes looking over like, uh-oh, she's mad.
Well, she mad now.
She mad. She going bam bam. And she's
Oh my
going
gosh.
to I can't
Bam,
stop
bam,
laughing
bam,
now. She's gonna take her axe and she's going to swing it over her head down onto this scorpion because how dare you
we go.
hit me. I rolled a 19 on the die for a total of 27.
Nice.
How's it feel?
27?
Yes.
Yeah, 27 exactly crits.
Yes. Tanhi, yes.
That's a total of 18.
Sheesh.
That's what you get.
Okay. Yeah, this thing is like you swing down to the axe and you just see like chunks of its armored stone carapace fly off in either direction. But it just kind of like wriggles onto its pincers and like kind of like stands up a little bit taller again. It's feisty, but you're feistier.
And then she is going to she's going to take another swing. She's going to try to chop this thing in half.
Oh no.
Do it.
So she's gonna try it. That is a 12 on the die for a total of 15.
15 just misses.
Okay.
That's all right. Because now Tariq's up.
All right, so this scorpion tries to strike Tariq, and he, of course, like parries it with his staff. And in one smooth motion, he just then, like after the parry, he's gonna go ahead and take a strike himself. Except for as his staff is arcing downwards towards the scorpion, it starts to glow, and there's kind of like this cold that's being brought off of it as Tariq does his first spell strike of the game with Ray of Frost. So he's going to
All right.
he's going to strike it. Let's see, and hopefully do some
spell
damage.
strike.
Oh, are you kidding me?
No.
It
Spell
was a
strike, as the name
12.
suggests, is a spell and a strike combined. If you hit,
You know what?
it does
Hero point.
some pretty decent damage.
Good time to talk about hero
You're
points.
using a hero
Do
point?
it.
Yeah, well, this
Khepri,
like
sit
Why don't you
there.
tell our audience what a hero point is?
Okay, hero point in Pathfinder is where we're given one at the start of each game. Sometimes we can do amazing feats of heroism or creative punning or whatever it is that Waba feels generous enough to gift us an additional hero point with. And it allows us to re-roll a bad roll, and we kind of have the house rule that no matter what the second roll is, we take the higher of the two. So hopefully, I'm spending my first hero point of the game. Please do not let me down, hero point. So
Either way, 25. That's pretty good.
So the second roll
pretty
much
good.
better. He maybe like had a little bit of a stuttering as going down, but he had a clean strike. So he's going to take the scorpion in front of him is going to take the effect of the spell Ray of Frost. So a blasty, icy ray of coldness is going to hit him in addition to my staff. Oh, I'm sorry. No. Okay, sorry. I'm gonna roll the damage for both my staff and for the spell. But now I gotta find more with the spell. There we go. So he's going to take
All right.
a total of, 15 damage?
Yeah, so you bring down the staff as like hard as you can, and as soon as it strikes this thing, you see a shock of cold, icy cold air as it fills up. You can see like snowflakes fly away from this cave scorpion. It also looks devastated, but it is still stubbornly standing in defiance of you. You have one action remaining.
And then using his knowledge as a magus and like the different creatures he's fought, he's going to try and do a knowledge check because these look different than what he's used to. So he's going to see if we can kind of get some insight on that, which would be, what do I roll?
A nature check.
Nature. That's the only option.
Mhm.
Dang it.
That is indeed the only option.
Okay, I'll try it.
However, you do have this ability called the Magus Analysis.
That's literally what I'm doing.
Perfect. I'm just double checking because you get a +1 bonus to it.
Okay. Is there a way? Will we just add that to what I rolled now? Am I knowledgeable?
All right, you actually rolled really high. I don't see a plus bonus to that. So it looks like you have a +0 to nature check.
Yep. Sure do.
And yet, despite the thaumaturge, despite the druid, whose whole shtick is knowing animals, you recognize a cave scorpion when you see one.
And
you
that's
know
what it is.
that
It's a cave scorpion. Khepri, it's a cave scorpion.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh no! How did I miss that? I don't know. Maybe because I'm taller than you.
Oh, lordy. Cave scorpions prefer to reside in underground layers. Most have lost nearly all of their pigmentation except for this armor of stone around their bodies. When they normally prefer to eat large insects, they can also attack humanoids. These things, you know, have no weaknesses, resistances, immunities. They're just big, tough animals. However, they are insects, or at least insectoids. They don't have a super high intelligence or will save. In other words, will save is their lowest save, should you desire to target that. And because you are a magus and you have the magus analysis, you recharge your spell strike for next round, which is perfect.
Which is my
because
plan.
this thing is coming for you now.
All according to plan. Oh, dang it. No, that wasn't according to plan. Go back, Scorpion.
Get away from
Shoot!
my brother.
Shoot!
The southwest-most scorpion sees that Mkfor falls in front of him. He's like, oh, cool. I see another tasty snack. Runs up to Tariq and is going to try and slow you down with a stinger strike. It snaps at you with its stinger, and I am rolling amazingly.
Stop
17 on the die for a 28.
Okay, that's a crit.
Oh no.
Dang nabbit.
All right. We're going to roll almost max damage. Jesus Christ.
Stop it.
Waba, you need to stop.
22.
Oh my gosh. Are
No,
you
I won't stop.
lies? These are lies.
The first
Don't
I won't
initiative,
stop.
we have a TPK.
I won't stop until the whole party is dead. 22 points of
Khepri
piercing.
is
Real
freaking
quick,
out right
does
now.
the parry trait do anything for me?
If you spend an action, you can put your sword or your weapon in between your enemy and increase your
Can
AC
I spend
by
an
1.
action for next round?
No. You can do it. You can spend an action next round, yes, but you can't
Dang it!
retroactively
Does my
spend
love
it.
for Tariq do anything?
Actually, you're right. It actually increases the
No,
damage by
no,
5
never
more.
mind. I don't love him. He's awful. I
I
hate
just want you
him.
to know, Khepri right now is freaking out because she's like, oh no, my brother's hurt and Mkfor's down and I only prepared one heal spell.
Oh,
Choose
well,
wisely.
that's not all.
It's their
So-
turn.
Tariq, roll me
Oh no.
a fortitude
Oh,
save.
So
no.
Tariq tried to bring his staff up to try and parry the second one, but he was just not fast enough. And now he's going to
Big price.
roll a fortitude, and I already spent my hero point. No! It's a 2 on the die. No, it's not, but I still failed.
How do we donate a hero
All right, I
point?
failed.
What'd you get?
Yeah, I got a total of 10.
Kepri's offering you her hero
Oh,
point.
okay.
Take it, brother, take it. I am
Thanks, sis.
sacrificing. I
Watch
got
it be.
you.
We have this
Yes!
house at our table.
Yes! Critical success!
Oh, yeah, baby.
Ah, the sisterly
I
love
should just get a second
prevails.
roll every time.
So we have the house rule at our table where another player can donate their hero point so that they can use it for someone else. It's especially heroic. And Tariq, what did you roll?
I rolled a nat 20. Oh, yeah. So for a total of 28, that means I take all healing back. Yeah.
No.
Darn,
No.
okay.
Just against the
Come on, let's not
poison.
get a little too ahead of ourselves.
This cave scorpion has one action left,
Oh
by
no.
the way.
Oh no.
Oh, God.
Am I
well.
resistant to it at least now? Like, did the critical success do anything for me?
Let's say yes, because it tries to pincer you and it gets a 12 to miss.
Huh.
Yay!
Take that, you little bitch.
I wouldn't be so happy, Katie. You're
Oh,
next.
Oh.
I got this.
The northeast scorpion takes a step forward at Keryth, who just stabbed at it with its elven branched spear, and it also tries to stinger you to try and see if it can weaken you slowly over time. Hey, Keryth, guess what I rolled?
If it was another natural 20, I'm gonna come to your house and punch you.
I got
And
you.
then fly
I
back
got
up.
it.
No, it was actually a 3 on the die.
That's better than.
It is much better. A 14 is going to
Oh, yeah.
miss. And then finally, with its third and final action, it rolls a 13 to miss again. As like its pincers come
again,
up. I can imagine.
Keryth will never die.
I can imagine like Keryth like stabbed at this thing, and it kind of like just like start like just pincers and jabs and like is trying to attack at you, but like Keryth is like keeping this thing at bay with his spear. Speaking of Keryth,
My turn!
top of the initiative, round 2. It is your
Alright,
turn.
I'm gonna stab it again.
Yeah,
But I
Keryth,
still
go.
have, pretty sure, yeah, overdrive lasts for a minute regardless of the success rate, so.
Yes, it does, but you can always attempt it again to try and get a critical success.
Pass. Knowing my luck, that ain't gonna happen. Alright, so gonna hit it. Gonna hit. No!
What'd you get?
1 for an 8.
Oh.
Hmm.
Oh no, Keryth.
Hero.
Okay, so do I need to go and try and heal Mkfor, or are you gonna do that, Khepri?
I'm gonna do it. Tariq has some hit points.
Should I use the hero point? Yes, I think I shall. Reroll and use a hero point.
Use it or lose it.
That's still a fucking miss. The second one was a 16 total, which was still a miss.
You're off by 1.
God damn it! Alright,
Off
attack number 1.
by 1.
Alright, attack number 2.
Oh.
Also a miss with a 9 on the die for an 11.
Love
All
it,
right.
love it.
3
Keep
for
it
3.
coming.
3 for 3. That
Well,
is also
you could
an
use your
11
third
on the
action to try
die.
and improve your overdrive.
That is an 11 on the die for it.
Yeah, that's why we don't do that. So Keryth just keeps the staff in the way and just constantly like, it doesn't do anything. Khepri, it is your turn.
So Khepri sees Mkfor down and also watched as her brother was getting stabbed, but she was able to, in a behind the scenes way, keep Tariq alive. And now she's gonna go ahead and cast her heal spell. We're going to do a level 2 heal to try and reach poor Mkfor and try to bring him back to life out of his deep sleep right now.
Do you mean a 2-action heal?
Thank you, a 2-action heal.
Okay, I was about to say, I'm like, did you level up without telling me?
No, sorry, 2-action heal.
No, you're good. So the 2-action heal actually heals a bonus 8 hit points. Alright, so how much healing did you get?
I was able to heal him 14 points.
14
Yep.
hit points. Back to Mkfor.
Beautiful. And then I do have one more action, so I am going to activate Ramses.
Ramses has
Ramses.
been activated.
And Ramses does not have to move. And Ramses, as everybody knows from our first couple episodes, loves Mkfor. Mkfor might not love Ramses, but Ramses loves Mkfor. And he loves Tariq. So he's going to go ahead and try and use Jaw Strike against this scorpion that's standing right next to him. Because, you know, he's activated that protective mode. All right, Ramses, don't let us down. Alrighty, you ready?
Got this.
Alright, he rolled a 19 on the die for a 26.
Nice.
A 26?
Yeah.
Ah, man. If you were flanking, that would have crit, but that is going to be hit regardless.
Yep, and you're going to have 10 points of damage. So close to a crit, but he will get 10 points of damage. That's
max damage,
the
too.
person that hits has to be flanking, or does it just have to be
Yes.
flanked? Darn. Okay.
He has only the person flanking benefits from the flanking.
Okay. I was gonna say because he's technically flanked, but
Unless you have some kind of an ability that says, like, it makes it flank to everyone.
Right. I think rogues
Okay.
and maybe investigators get something like that, but not a poor little puppy.
So maybe that's
one
why I'm
action left
thinking
on
of it.
Ramses.
rogue.
And Ramses is wagging his little tail and so proud, and he's going to try it again.
He's happy. He's having a fun time.
Of
I guess he would have
course.
fun, like tearing into this scorpion that's like almost twice his size.
You will not believe this. I just rolled a 19 again on the die for a 21 total.
Nice.
21
Good
we know is a hit.
job.
And then damage is going to be a 10 again. Oh my
Gosh.
gosh.
Oh wow! Dang,
And
Kevin.
first blood of this campaign
Yes, Ramses.
goes to Ramses as he kills the first cave
And
scorpion.
Ramses gonna do
Go,
a nice little
Ramses.
bark. He's gonna whoop, and then he's gonna look at Mkfor and look at Tariq and Khepri, and Khepri's gonna reach over and pat his head. Good boy.
Nice.
Free action to pat the pup.
Yeah.
Free action to pet the pup. I'll allow it.
Ramses is so
As-
As
happy.
we're still being surrounded by other scorpions, we're all just like taking a little break to pet the
Yeah.
dog.
These are 6-second rounds, guys. So, Mkfor, you just
It's like
felt
one scorpion down.
Mkfor, you just felt this gigantic surge of life energy. You're like, and you wake up. You're still on the ground, but you just suddenly like rise up. You're wounded one. You can feel like the blood kind of like slowly gushing out of you, but you feel better now. What do you do about
So
it?
I wake up, and the first thing that I see is Ramses just take out this scorpion that I'm assuming it's the one that was like that knocked me down. I don't know for sure if it was, but Ramses just takes it out with these 2 bites, and I'm just laying there just like, the dog is
So bitter.
very, very similar to that burglar from Home Alone, just a lot of the and so as I am still laying there, I'm just gonna like reach into my bag and pull out a couple of these religious symbols that I know is gonna do something to these scorpions. Even though I don't necessarily remember them right away, I can still figure out what they are, what they believe in type thing. So I'm going to use Divine Disharmony.
What they believe in. They're scorpions.
Yeah, scorpions can believe in stuff.
All right.
Well,
I'm not giving
you
you
said
that
they're
bonus.
pretty mindless.
That's going to be a, let's see, deception or intimidation. So that's going to be a deception check against the will DC of the creature just to the north of me.
All right. Well, I'll tell you this. It's not very willful.
Well, not very high on my roll. So a 16.
16 is enough.
Nice.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
So success. Creature is flat-footed against me until the end of my turn.
Fantastic. And somehow you bringing up these 2 discordant religious symbols just sends a like pulse out into the world because you believe
I would say,
it so
like,
hard.
keep in mind these religious symbols are literally just a religious symbol of silver and one of wood. They literally have nothing to do with anything, but Mkfor believes they do, and that's why they have power. So,
Well, you're still prone, so you have
yes,
2 actions
so
left.
second action, I will stand up, and third action, as part of me standing up, I am going to attack this creature, and I am actually not going to even use my tail to attack. My kind of a free action as I'm standing up, I'm going to leave my sap on the ground, so I'm going to drop that, and I'm going to I'm going to just hit it with my fist. And because of my monk dedication, it is a 1d6 roll instead of a 1d4, and it is now lethal instead of non-lethal.
So you don't take the penalty from making it a
Correct.
lethal attack. All right. So what's the strike?
So, ooh, that's a 12. I'm going to hero point that.
Ooh. Guys, I'm gonna need you to roll a little bit better.
I know, these are bad. Oh, that
As
was
if
even
we
worse.
are trying not
That was
to.
an 11.
Oh no, you're killing me. So 12
Come on,
total.
Yeah, 12.
Oh.
12, even though it's flat-footed to you, is going to miss. And hey, it's its turn again. It's going to turn around. Let's see. You know what I think it's going to do? It's going to decide whether or not it wants to preserve its life or if it wants to take you guys out. So I'm gonna roll a d2. If it lands 2, it's gonna run away. If it lands 1, it's gonna stay and fight. And it looks like we get a 1. It's gonna try and stay and fight. It's stubborn. It wants its food. So it's gonna turn around and it's going to decide Tariq is too much of a threat. So it's gonna turn down towards Mkfor.
Oh no!
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna say
Fucking
take
knock
me out of the
down
way.
again.
I get knocked down, but I get up again.
No. I'm just teasing. I just want to see your reaction. It's still gonna go for the same person who's attacking. All right. So it's gonna go for Tariq. I just wanted to see your reaction, Nick. I rolled a
That's
natural
the
1.
reaction. Fuck you, Waba. That's the reaction.
Well, it's gonna spin around and now it's gonna attack you, Mkfor. How's a 20 grab you?
That hits.
At least it's not a crit.
Yeah, it's not a crit this time.
Count your lucky stars, my man.
You have got to be kidding me. I rolled max
What
damage?
did you do?
What would
You're-
you roll?
Question.
You liar. I don't believe
Tell
you.
me. Tell me you don't have 14 hit
No,
points.
motherfucker! Are you kidding me? How do you get my
not
exact
kidding.
hit points
This
twice
time I'm not kidding you.
in the
Healed
same,
exactly
in the
14.
same fucking initiative?
This time I'm definitely 1000% not shitting you. It's a 14 total.
Oh my
What
gosh.
the fuck?
Now you guys
What
know
are the
how I
chances of
always
that
feel.
happening?
Hey, I have good news for you. You're only dying 2
Oh,
instead of
dear
dying 3.
Lord.
Does he also have to do like the poison check?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he needs to roll me a fortitude save for the poison to get to.
Oh no.
You're fine. You're fine. You're gonna be
This is,
fine.
I'm down twice. How is that
You're
fine?
fine. You're fine.
20 on that
see me
fortitude
for it.
save. Fuck you.
You're fine. You're fine. You
yeah.
have nothing to
Go
worry
down
about.
see-
twice in one fight, please. That's morning breakfast
Oh,
for me.
Jesus Christ. Why is this happening?
Mkfor gets up and gets right back down. Aaron, cue the music. I get knocked down.
It was vice
but I
versa.
get up
Knocked
again.
down.
But I get up again. Ain't
And then
never
you
gonna
knock me down again.
Who's gonna knock me down again except another scorpion?
With the exact amount of
my
HP.
goodness.
How?
Again.
Twice.
Yep.
Same scorpion,
I don't know what
isn't
to tell you, man. That's just too funny. The scorpion tried attacking again, but I rolled a 5, so I'm just gonna move on to the one at the bottom. It's also below half health, so it's also going to decide whether it wants to stay and feed off of Tanhi's corpse or run away.
Tawny's
And
not dead!
same deal as before, 1 or 2. It rolled a 1 again.
Oh
I
god.
don't know what to tell you guys. Dice gods
not
be
dead.
dicing.
Stop saying she's dead!
Okay, when we said we wanted murder dice, we were talking about us murdering your.
Oh, you guys wanted to murder. I misunderstood.
We didn't want you to have murder dice.
Right?
Well, good news.
Dice.
Good news is I rolled a 3 on the die.
Yay!
That is probably going to miss with a 14.
Yep.
Bad news, Mkfor is still dying.
All right, we're gonna try again. How's an 18 grab ya? This one might hit.
Just barely.
All right, so here you're gonna take some slashing damage as it pincers you. 13 piercing damage,
Oh.
You're fine, right?
and with its final action, it's going to clamp down on its pincers and it's going to grapple you.
Stop it!
No.
Stop
Fine,
it!
it's your turn.
Grappled means I can still move my weapon,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, you
Okay.
can still attack.
You're not
you just
immobilized
can't.
or anything.
You can't move.
Like, you
Okay.
can't move away.
Yeah, you can't move to other squares. Restrained is you can't move at all.
Hey, Waba, I'm curious. What happens if I get a 20?
I'm pretty sure. Hold on, let me double check. How do you kill this thing?
So this.
Roll the
tape. So this thing just like grabs her, and it's like holding her, and she's like, "What the fuck do you think you're doing?" And she just like one-handed brings her axe down and just like chops it in half. Like, get the fuck off me.
I love her.
Oh, I
love
love it.
Tanhi.
Just
And then she. And this one is the one that was attacking Mkfor, right?
Yep, it's 2 timing. Mkfor and Tariq.
I'm not grappled anymore, am I?
Oh.
No. Fun fact. Let me check. Dead things can't grapple things.
That's what I figured. Second action, she's gonna get all the way over here, so she has flanking.
Flank.
Ah, I see.
I like
The
it.
intelligence of a cat versus the intelligence of a scorpion. They can use pack attacks.
The intelligence, yes. And then strike number 2.
Do it, do it, do it.
Go on.
How does a 14 on the die for a total of 17 get you?
It is flat-footed, and that hits.
Yes!
Yes.
Almost max damage, 11 points.
It had 10 hit points left.
Yes!
Go,
2 in
Tawny.
1 round. Not bad.
Tanhi, heck yeah!
The real hero. See, I told you, Mkfor. You guys are fine. You have a Tanhi on the
I've
team.
been down twice. We're not fine.
I mean,
No, we are fine. You are not.
I'm not fine.
he is very not fine.
He's laying down.
Man.
He's sleeping.
I'm starting to
Oh,
really
boy.
feel like Benny from The Mummy now.
Going down only twice, though, honestly, is not that bad. Please.
All right, Benny. Not Benny.
there.
Tariq.
For the
Been there
first initiative,
so
though.
Tariq, what do you got for me?
Okay, so Tariq was getting ready to strike the scorpion that keeps trying to get him, but before he could bring his staff down again, just out of nowhere, he sees Tanhi run over, and she brings her axe down on the scorpion and goes, "Well, I'm gonna go help Keryth." And so he's gonna run over. He's gonna run over to the other side of the scorpion that's trying to attack Keryth. So now that he's flanking.
Fine.
With that scorpion, shut up, old man. And then he's gonna go ahead. And because he recharged his spell strike on his knowledge check, he's gonna go ahead and spell strike again. But this time he's kind of mad because he got hit, and so he's not feeling he's not feeling so cool anymore. In fact, he's feeling the heat of anger. So he's gonna be attacking with produce flame instead.
Oh!
Okay, some fire action in here.
Get it.
All right, roll that.
So we're gonna roll the attack with the staff, and hopefully it's good. And it's a 20, 12 on the die for a total of 20. I think that hits at flanking, right?
Hits.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, easily.
So
hits.
Nice. Go to
roll
Reed,
damage
producing
there.
that flame.
Roll the damage there. Okay, so a total of, what's my math? Okay, 13 damage, 4 of which is like fire damage.
All right, 4 of which is fire. 13 points of damage puts a serious dent in this thing. This thing is on its last legs. You see blood and guts and stone fly everywhere. Part of its many legs flies off. It's not looking super hot, and unfortunately, it's its turn.
It is looking hot. It just got like set on fire.
It's looking very hot. It's
got
crispy.
burned.
I have one last shot to try and kill you guys, so I'm going to go
Roasted
for.
scorpion.
We're gonna go for Keryth. I'm gonna try the stinger attack.
Keryth will never die.
You say that, and then I roll a 25 to hit.
I mean, it's only a hit.
All right. Well, here's your damage. 9 piercing damage.
And then
Easy.
40.
That's all that happens, right?
Keryth will live forever.
Oh wait. Roll me that fortitude save that I know elves have so good fortitude on.
Uh-oh.
I have a +7 actually, and I'm an expert.
Oh, this is
she's been blown up, or he's been blown up several times. He's
there's
learned to be a
reason.
little strong.
Oh
What'd you
no! Oh
What'd you
no!
get? Uh-oh.
That is a 10 on the die for a total of a 17, which is
Would you like to know
a
the
failure. Let me guess.
is
The
indeed.
DC is 18.
This
The
is not a
DC
critical
is
failure.
indeed 18.
Shocker!
So
Me
you immediately
having that kind of luck.
you immediately take some poison damage. You take 6 poison damage as this cave
Gross.
scorpion venom courses through your elven old man veins.
Stop calling me an old man, damn it!
I called you an old man once.
It was me
Kepri's-
that called you an old man.
Kepri's
turn around.
freaking out.
Oh
I
my
forgot
God.
about the parry.
I need
Dang
to.
it.
Does this have any kind of persistent damage? Or does this only apply for bleed? That only applies for bleed. Never mind, ignore the question, move on.
Cool. I'm glad I'm ignoring the question. 26 to hit Tariq.
Totally not. Definitely not. Okay, it does, but it's not
One
crit
with
this
Pharasma,
time.
young man.
Wow!
Nice and high.
We'll go by the needle.
We're gonna have our weekly tea next
You're
week.
one to talk, Keryth.
This is rough. You guys.
Keryth
Oof,
hasn't
I
gone
am
down yet,
rolling.
thank you very much.
Actually, Tariq has never been down, so
These things don't have a super high to hit. I just am rolling like 15 plus on every single die roll. Every single one. Even the damage rolls, that's a D8.
Just
I'm rolling
tell
15
me.
on the die. I don't know how.
tell me.
There's only 8 sides. I'm rolling
like
15 on all of them.
cheating.
Oh.
So let me roll my 4d20 damage.
Oh, God.
40? I know you said 4D. I know.
Keryth, you unfortunately going to take 10 piercing damage and go down.
Wait, no, you said you
Huh?
were
It's
attacking
Tariq.
Tariq.
You
Not
hit
Keryth.
me.
I'm sorry. I meant Tariq.
Dang it. I'm going to take what?
Tariq!
10
What am I taking? Okay.
10. Yeah.
I don't know what to do now because he's never been this injured before.
Oh no. Oh,
So
Down.
as soon as you get, oh wow, you're right. Even in Tyrant's Grasp, you've never gone to 0 hit points.
Oh yeah.
No.
You're always like the tanky one.
Yeah.
How's it feel?
I knew spell casting was a bad choice.
As you go down,
knew this
to
would happen.
0, let's talk about death and dying, since apparently everyone's
Because it's
going
not
down.
important when Mkfor does it.
You knew the rules, but now is a good time to teach the players and the audience at the same time. So as Tariq goes down, you gain the unconscious condition, which means you fall prone and are blinded, which means you can't see anything around you and you can't move. You also gain the Dying 1 condition. The Dying 1 basically represents how close to permanently dying you are. You're kind of like on the ground bleeding out. You're like, I'm dying. You go dying 1, 2, 3, you're fine. But by the time you get to dying 4, if you ever hit dying 4, you're permanently dead.
Unless
There are
you
ways
have
to-
to die hard.
Right, there are ways to change this a little bit, but for the most part, dying 4 is generally dead. You're dying 1, you'll be fine. Its final action is going to turn towards Keryth.
No!
And now we're going to try and attack Keryth. I only have a +2 on this one. But I rolled 17 total.
17, 18. That is going to be exactly a hit because my AC is 19.
No, I rolled 17 total.
Oh, yeah, that's a miss then. Sorry.
Well, there you go. I was about to say.
For some reason, I thought you meant like a 17 on the die.
Well, for the probably last time in this initiative, round 3, Keryth, what do you got for me?
Do I do it? Do I do the thing?
Are you trying to explode?
Yes.
It's completely up to you. I'm just going to remind you, these things I described as looking fast and agile.
Oh, yeah, and it is a reflex save, isn't it? Alright. Alright, so before he tries to do anything interesting, well, hitting things anyway, Keryth, you see him switch around some dials on his spear, and you see some of the blades start to turn like red hot. And instead of shoving it into the scorpion, he turns the spear on himself and presses against his like gaping wounds. And you see the wounds start to close up as he uses Searing Restoration.
Oh.
So let me do the healing to start. Not the greatest healing. It's only 4 points of healing on a D10, but I'll take it.
Was like, ah!
And then, so doing this has the unstable trait because he's basically taking his weapon past what it should be able to handle. So I have to do an unstable check. Yes.
So your spear's core is made out of ice, but if it's heating up, I imagine it's like spinning so fast that the gears grind into each other. It's like, yeah, that's rough. That's rough, buddy.
Unstable check. I succeeded.
Heck yeah!
I got an 18.
Nice.
So I am still able to use things that have the unstable trait. So yay, me.
I like it.
So I got a little bit of healing out of that. Not a lot, but we take what we can get. I could technically do it again. It doesn't say I can only do it once a round.
I was just thinking that, but
yes, I know. I'm gonna hit it.
but I'm just saying.
So that was one action. So now I'm gonna try to hit it for action number 2. Oh boy! That is a natural 20.
Yes!
Total of 27.
Would you like to know how many hit points it had?
1.
2.
It had 2 hit points.
I got it right. All right, I want to see how much damage it would have been though. That would have been a total. Are you ready? A total of 20 points of damage.
Jeez.
Hell yeah!
That even with most of his hit points, it still would have
Describe
gone
the
down.
kill.
Very
Describe
close
the
to
kill.
max.
How did it die?
So he like spins the spear in his hands a little bit and then grips it with both hands and then brings it above his head and then brings it down main and blade first right into the top of its head and like pierces it into the ground.
It's one weak, soft spot. You stab at this thing and it kind of like before its tail uncurls outwards and falls on top of Tariq's body. However, we're not going to jump out of initiative just
Knocking
yet.
him down to dying 3.
Not quite yet. So you have one action remaining. Do you want to do anything with that, or are you going to pass that on to Khepri?
I'm gonna go ahead and do another Searing Restoration on myself.
That's a good choice.
How much healing this time? I got 5 this time. One
Better.
more than last time. And Unstable check is a failure, so no more unstable actions, but it's not gonna matter because the combat is essentially over.
You say that now, but it's Khepri's turn, and 2 of your allies are down and bleeding out. Who do you want to save first?
So I can do just a basic medicine, right?
I was gonna say it better be the brother.
Yes, I do believe you have healer's tools. Do you have?
That's what I'm looking for right now, is to make sure.
Do you
Yes,
have battle
I do.
medicine?
That's,
Do you have battle medicine by any chance?
I don't think I do. That's the problem.
Well, that's fine, because the medicine has another action. It's called Stabilize. It's 2 actions, so you can spend 1 action to go to either Mkfor or 1 action to go to Tariq on the other side of the battlefield, and spend 2 actions to stabilize them.
So I have to go
You have
to
to
my.
choose.
I have to go to my brother. I already took care of Mkfor once, and I'm sorry, Mkfor.
Oh, no.
But
That's okay,
But
save
I have
Tariq.
to save. I have to save Tariq. All right, and then I'm gonna go ahead and roll medicine. Okay.
All right, Stabilize.
I rolled a 9 on the die for 17 total.
17 total? Alright, the DC is 15 plus Tariq's dying condition. Tariq, what are you? Are you dying 1 or 2?
Dying 1.
Dying 1. So the DC was 16. You succeed, and Tariq stabilizes. He is no longer dying. However, he is wounded.
Oh, my brother, don't do that again. You cannot leave me, okay? We are family.
Alright. Mkfor, what is your dying condition?
I am currently at dying 2.
Which means the DC for this check is 12.
So 12 or higher.
You need a 12 or higher with no modifier. You have a 20-sided die. Roll a 12 or higher.
Oh, man.
And you stabilize.
Oh, I don't want to look. I don't want to look. I don't want to look. I don't want to look.
Oh, man.
I still haven't looked.
You gotta look! No one else can see it!
Fuck.
Don't look. Don't look. Don't look.
What'd you get? No, this is actually important. What'd you get?
6.
Oh, no.
No!
Okay. A 6 is a failure. You go to dying 3.
No,
Critical
no.
Why is this
failure
important?
Would have been bad. If
Here's
you
why this is
critically
important.
fail, you go down twice. And he would have died immediately.
Exactly why that's very important. If you rolled a 1 or a
Oh.
2, that's... Here's also why it's important. Tanhi, it's your turn. And just as you're about to act,
No!
your ears twitch.
Wabba.
And we'll see you guys next week.
Serious?
I hate
No,
you
no,
so
no, no,
much.
no.
Are you kidding me? You're just gonna leave me lying on the floor, dying 3.
Nah, man.
A
Khepri's
lantern
running to
in
you
my
next.
tail.
Khepri's running to you next. She has healer's tools, and she's gonna try her best, okay?
Technically, if she did triage, Mkfor
Don't
should
worry.
have gone first, but brother outweighs
Don't worry.
Mkfor.
I have a healing potion, so we're good.
Hey everyone, hope you enjoyed the episode. If you liked what you heard, then please like, share, or subscribe to the Mithral Tabletop. You can find us on YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. Or feel free to email us at themithraltabletop@gmail.com. See you next week. Music and sound effects provided to you by Envato Elements. The Mummy's Mask is copyright 2014. Mummy's Mask images, characters, and artwork are all a trademark of Paizo Incorporated.